I don't want my kids to have a relationship with my mother-in-law because she says horrible things to me. Jail. Let's rewind all the way back to March 8th, 2023. The day I, a 25 female, married a complete stranger. Oh, my husband, only 7 days after being with each other, 34 male. We weren't like total strangers. He dated an old friend of mine and she split up with him prior to us. That in itself is a long story with some piping tea that I'll get to next time if wanted. But this comes from Anonymous Lionfish, and if you want to submit your story, go to r/OKStorytime, send it in there. So anyways, I was also in a relationship that had ended and we found each other. We didn't know a dang thing about it in one another. He didn't know if I was a serial unaliver and vice versa. All I knew was he was single and a widowed dad.
And you married him after 7 days?
Yep.
What's the risk?
What's the risk?
Okay.
All right. Some people do the craziest things after, let's say, a family cruise on 7 days. So,
true.
you know,
That's
7
true.
days getting married, crazier has happened, right?
Yeah.
Doing it all on his own since his wife passed away, this dad has. With that, we got married in a courthouse in Tennessee. We literally eloped. We didn't tell anybody. We didn't even bring up the idea prior. It just happened on a spur of the moment. After we said our I-dos, the pastor who married us asked us if he could take a picture. We were just so happy and over the moon. We were like, sure, not really thinking at the time that he'd possibly post it to social media, which is exactly what happened.
Wait, just like a random pastor was like, hey, can I take a picture of you guys?
So
How many followers does this pastor have?
686. So call back to the last
And
episode.
he's got some crazy family drama.
Oh, God. Just to quickly summarize where we're at.
Yeah.
OP, like, kind of tangentially knew this guy, right? After 7 days after they met each other, they're just like, F it, let's get freaking married. And then the pastor who married them at the courthouse, mind you, like literally just like the most low-key thing ever, took a picture and now has posted it on the internet. I think here is where people find out. Cue the crazy mother-in-law we will now call Patsy. Late 50s, pushing 60s female. I mean, hey, that's not her age. Right. So it's different.
Yeah.
It's different.
Totally different Patsy.
She saw the post on Facebook and immediately started blowing him up, screaming at him, disrespecting him, calling him every name under the sun, calling me every name under the sun, all because she was upset that he, a grown butt man, didn't ask her permission to even get married again in the first place.
Ay.
Mom, I'm like a grown man and I'm like in my 30s with the kids, but like, can I get married, please?
See if I get married this week.
No,
My mom
son.
said it was okay that I got married. If your mom says it's okay.
You can't get married, son. No, I'm not going to let you. Now, granted, I definitely understand the fear as my family had the same fear. The ex before me said some pretty nasty lies about him, how he treated her because she was cheating on him the whole time with her baby daddy, as well as entertaining men on some spicy adult websites, doing cam work and whatnot. Sleeping with her baby daddy only to come home to my now husband, climb in bed with him, and then sleep with him. It was messy. She was messy, and when he finally caught her, he had absolutely no trust, but was still trying to work on it because she had a 2-year-old daughter that he was absolutely over the moon for and had gotten very attached to, considering he and his 9-year-old daughter were the primary ones raising her. She wasn't even raising this freaking kid. Too busy on these spicy websites. Mom liked to go party, go out all the time, and she was literally never there. With that, and how she treated my husband's daughter, especially verbally, caused our friendship to deteriorate because I could not stomach what she was doing. Sorry, not sorry. I was definitely the a-hole there, and I'll take it. Is OP the a-hole for that? If your friend is cheating and like coming home and being a bad, not taking care of the family and kids and just...
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think it's okay. I mean, you can not be friends with someone even if you just...
don't vibe.
For whatever reasons.
Yeah.
You just don't got the vibes, man. Sure. It's cool. Anyways, with all that, she painted a pretty awful picture of my husband in everyone's heads until everything came out and everyone understood why he had her deleted on certain socials, not to be around certain people, etc., because of ground rules they laid out after her cheating and being caught. With all that drama and all the awful things that was said about him, my family never once freaked out on him or me dogged, or disrespected us in any way. Yes, they voiced their concerns. They all expressed how they wished I would have waited or at least actually planned a wedding because my mom especially always dreamed of doing my wedding. They welcomed him in with their own reservations, and after getting to know him and see firsthand as not only a husband but also a dad, hot, they fell in love with him just like I did.
Aww. This guy has really good first impressions.
Dude, the king of first impressions.
I'm impressed.
Like married 7 days later, that is like a
that's
I mean, they say love
say
love at first sight. You know what I mean? And like, dude just freaking, he said love at first sight. How about married at first sight?
Married in 7 days.
How about children at first sight? Yeah. How about grandchildren at first sight? And so that was the end of the story, Sophia.
What?
It's over. What are your thoughts on everything that Crazy Mess just went down?
Whoa.
It's already been an hour.
I guess you're good. You got a husband. Your family seems to like him. Your mother-in-law is kind of a piece of work. But, you know, whose isn't? I'm sure there are a lot of lovely mother-in-laws.
I don't know. Like, with the mother-in-law's track record, do you think it may have influenced the husband in any way? Because he seems really good at first impressions.
But we only know him
lasting
7 days
impressions?
in. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't know anybody until like 2 years in.
3 months at minimum.
3 months is when you like get past the first phase of knowing someone, and then 2 years is when you get like.
Dude, so you don't even know me, man.
I have no idea who you are.
Who are you?
I'm only 1 year in. Wait a minute. So we don't know if we really know. You know?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned the mother-in-law. Because the story's not over.
You
I
freaking
lied
to me?
I lied to you, dude. I'm so sorry.
I don't forgive you. I don't even know you.
I don't know you. I don't know you, viewer. We've been here 3.5 years, so you know me at this point. You know more about me than I know about myself. Yeah. Anyways, Patsy though, mother-in-law though, she had a come apart.
What?
I read that as it was written. Interpreted how you will.
Sure.
Immediately, she went into saying things like, I'm a homewrecker, which they were split up prior to us being together, and our friendship, which was also pretty much over at that point. And remember, even if it was, the woman was cheating on him.
Yeah.
And being
Whose home did you wreck?
Yeah.
It was already in ruins.
Oh my God. I'm a sleut in all those kinds of things. That I was just using him, that I wasn't the one for him, blah, blah, blah. Then Patsy's girlfriend comes in.
Oh, Lord.
Cue, we'll call her Patricia, 37 female, which is dangerously close to her son's age. Patsy.
Is this her girlfriend or her girlfriend?
I think girlfriend.
Which one was that?
We don't know if they're.
Come on, it's not her girlfriend.
Girlfriend is her girlfriend.
Yeah, we don't think. I don't think it's romantic, but maybe we could be wrong, and we'll see more.
I don't think they're playing.
Oh, wait. Patsy and Patricia both started to immediately threaten him about custody over our daughter. If two people are threatening about custody, that to me says they are in a
relationship,
life partnership, romantic partnership. Okay,
I think so.
We will call her Clover, then 9 years old, going on 10 female. So Clover's the daughter, which turns out that ever since his wife passed away in the accident, they had been threatening him, saying things like his daughter doesn't need to be in a one-parent home raised by a man, that she needs to be raised by women, and all kinds of crazy things that you definitely don't say to a grieving father. Oh my God. Conspiracy theory, they are going to take the daughter.
I think they're going to try
and
for sure.
They're going to flee. They're going to try to freaking flee. That's
also, once again, crazy that they're saying she's home wrecking when this person not only like they cheated, like she's gone. Did I misread that?
I think
mishear it.
I think it
Who
was
passed away.
So there was so we're if we're following Opie's husband, right?
Yeah.
So husband's first wife passed away.
Oh, second wife cheated.
Second wife cheated.
Gotcha.
And then here we are at OP.
Number 3.
I bet it was like 3 years to marriage, 1 year or like 6 months to marriage, and then 7 days.
Okay, so you know what? Third time's the charm.
Third time's the freaking charm. Might as well just run it. So this lady started calling around the family, asking if she took us to court, if they'd speak on her and Patricia's case, and every single one of them laughed and said no, and immediately called us and explained what was going on. Thank God, at least the other family is
Yeah,
safe.
they're on your side.
Contact got cut. Snipped. That following May, my family and I took a vacation to Orlando, Florida. Our daughter's birthday is in June, so I thought it would be nice to take her with me. My husband wasn't able to come as he had work and wasn't able to get off, so instead, he let me to take her down there with us for 4 nights and 5 days. Clover had a ball.
Oh, yeah.
We went to water parks, we went to arcades, we did everything you could do in Orlando, save going to Universal Studios. The whole time we were there, Patsy and Patricia were blowing up my husband's phone saying, how could he let me take her down there and get pulled out of school?
They sound like the fun police. Screw you.
Freaking screw you, Patsy and Patricia, not Riley's mom.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Had to clarify respectfully. So Clover had only missed maybe 3 days that whole year with and the school approved the trip.
Dang.
She even did schoolwork while she was down there.
Dang. The school approved the trip. Then what's the holdup? What's the problem?
Because how dare you?
Yeah,
because you didn't listen to me.
Yeah.
Me, the
'Cause
crazy
mother-in-law
mother-in-law.
needs all the power.
She's being raised by a man, and a man cannot raise a daughter. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
Okay. Why are we talking? Y'all are really leaning into traditional gender roles.
Ooh.
It's a little strange.
Come on. Hey. And how they were so scared something would happen, and how they were having dreams that Clover
Could not
got
swim.
lost underwater on my watch. Just doing and saying the most, honestly. We get back that night, and I find out I'm pregnant with my first child.
How long has it been?
This is week 2.
For real?
No.
Oh, I'm like, oh my God.
I don't know. We don't know how far into the relationship we are
This is crazy.
now, but this is insane,
This is
right?
speed running.
Dude. After a while and everything simmered down, I suggested that my husband reach out to Patsy, especially since it was bothering him so much. So he did. Things were cool the first few weeks. That is until Clover went to spend the night, and like always, a big fight happened between Patsy and Patricia to the point where they all blamed their issues that was happening in their relationship on Clover.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
wow.
No. Well, okay, so now they're switching it up. Now they're like, it's actually not OP's fault. It's Clover's fault. The 10-year-old?
What?
Yep. Poor Clover broke down and just
Aw.
cried as they continued to get onto her, fight in front of her, and then blame her.
Jail.
No.
And then openly admitted they told Clover it was her fault, and I have receipts. Yeah, we need to get like a restraining order on
Yeah,
them. They're
I hate
just
these people. They're stinky.
cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Truly.
I have a whole freaking folder with a little over 50 screenshots, voice recordings, and Facebook posts, all compiled until the right time, I feel. So once again, contact was briefly cut because no, ain't nobody gonna treat our kids like that. I be dang. A little while later, it's our daughter's 10th birthday. Against my gut, I caved and said that they could come to the party.
They've already yelled at poor Clover.
But you know what? They're going to completely have a life-changing
Epiphany?
thing, epiphany. And they're going to say, oh, wow, we were being so crazy. And oh my gosh, how could we ever have done that? And like, we need to make sure we give space and respect boundaries and like really, communicate with OP and the
I can see it.
What do you think this is? What do you guys think is going on here? Not that. I went out of my way to make sure that this was a good party for Clover. I bought a brand new swimming pool for her and all of her friends and family. We grilled, played water games, ate cake. She had an absolute blast and got all the things she wanted and asked for. W mom alert. Our sweet girl was so happy. The entire time, however, Patsy and Patricia was going around to not only their family, but also my family, talking about how his deceased wife would have done this better, and was just nitpicking every little detail about the party until my mom and my husband's dad actually stepped up and said something about
Finally. Kick them out. Kick them
it.
out.
Kick them out.
They should not be here.
Dude, can we call the cops for like trespassing? Like,
yes.
hey, you're
Say like leave or we're calling the cops.
not allowed. You're not freaking allowed,
Bye.
okay? All of this happened while I was inside prepping the food for everyone. Very typical of them, as you'll see. I didn't really find out about the party incident until a few days later when my mom told me about it. Everyone at this point knew I was pregnant, and they didn't want to stress me out considering the amount of garbage I was already dealing with from Patsy and Patricia. Anyways, we go to Walmart where Patsy works and we're dropping off Clover. I really didn't want to, but I'm still desperately trying to keep the peace and just make this work.
Don't use Clover as a means of keeping the peace.
That is such a good point.
She's not your peace offer. She's not your olive branch. She's a kid who's been bullied by these people.
You can say, hey,
yeah, would love to talk to you guys, have a little coffee.
You know, yeah, like we can stay in contact about this. But yeah, Clover doesn't need to.
No.
Also cute name.
Clover.
Clo. It's cute. As soon as we get there, his mom is asking for us to give her money because she wants to take Clover to Gatlinburg and go to the Science Museum.
Okay. This I know exactly where this person is near, and this checks out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Gatlinburg is like in the south.
Huh? What is that?
Gatlinburg?
Yeah.
I thought you were correcting me because I'm like, I know.
No, I don't know what
it
it is.
No, Gatlinburg, Tennessee is like Pigeon Forge. It's a very touristy town in the mountains of Tennessee. 40 minutes to where I used to live in Tennessee, and everyone and their redneck family cousins go there. It's a great place, but I mean, like, I grew up going to Gatlinburg for like vacations and stuff.
Did you go to the Science Museum?
Ripley's Science Museum? No, I didn't.
Dang.
Oh, but you know it.
Yeah, I know exactly what they're talking about.
Ooh.
Wow. So Riley has
I've walked past it actually in December, December, like
what?
A month ago. I was in Gatlinburg.
Is this real?
December.
No. Really, Tate's graduation was in Gatlinburg, and we stayed there in Gatlinburg. I didn't go to North Carolina. I went back to North Carolina for a day so I could get a flight back. No, dude, Gatlinburg's a real thing. Oh my. Okay.
And we got a Patsy in this story.
Oh my god. No,
dude, you're so right. Guys, we know that Riley. No, we're gonna have to get back to the story. Riley doesn't get to do this. Riley doesn't get to do this because he was a filthy liar. I'm not saying no. Riley, I'm not saying you're lying that Gatlinburg is a city. I'm saying that you planted this in the story, so now because you're like, oh, I bet I can fool you twice.
There's nothing to fool here. This isn't even funny.
Person is Patsy and is talking about Gatlinburg Science Museum, to which you have been in front of.
Suspicious.
Okay. We can never trust again. We can never trust again.
I was just saying I'll be a little bit more clever than that.
So you got to get creative now, right? Because we're on to you. So Opie continues on. This was like right after her party, and our funds were low on top of bills about to come out. So we truly didn't have money to give.
Yeah. Kimberly Fine. Who the F goes to Gatlinburg for science, though? We go for the theaters, the food, the barbecue. Not for the science.
Hey, you need to learn. You already went on a trip to Orlando and you freaking skipped school like you're like a freaking ne'er-do-well. You're going to end up like homeless on the streets because you skipped 3 days of school to go to freaking...
Oh, Clover. You meant Riley.
No, you don't know who I'm talking about.
I don't.
So, Clover comes home that Sunday. They went to the Science Museum and they drop her off and they start blowing up his phone up once again, going in on me. Talking about how I'm controlling him and how I won't let him do X and Y or Z, how his previous wife would never do that. Oh, you mean the one that was cheating on him and then getting with him back to back with the affair partner cheater?
Hey.
That's when the harassment starts taking a turn for the worse. You thought it wasn't bad? Well, wait till you see this. Once again, it's all documented. They start telling him that the best thing that could happen is if I passed away and lost the baby.
And this is when we cut these people off forever.
Guys, we need to...
This is when we cut these people off forever.
This needs to be gone. No hesitation.
Literally never see these people again.
0.000 seconds.
And this is when you find out what type of person your husband actually is. Is he going to support you in cutting off his insane mother?
There's only one way to find out. That way, he would have an out for our marriage. A man who already lost his wife to a tragic car accident, but you're going to tell him that his current wife and baby should pass away. Then it went to them wishing that upon our unborn son.
God.
Then it went from them wishing that to saying as soon as I had the baby, they were going to take the kids out from under us and that I'd never see them again because for some reason I'm this evil woman, evil, who is unfit to be a parent. We cut all contact again. We need to make it permanent.
Good. Literally never let these people see you, your child, Clover, nobody.
We can't do it. We absolutely cannot allow this to happen. No. Months went by, and I just got into my 3rd trimester. We're on the home stretch, baby.
Woo!
Things have been rather quiet and calm once again. They wiggled their way into my husband's heart and convinced him to convince me to let them be a part of all of this. What does that mean? I am terrified to figure out. They apologized, quote unquote, for everything. So against my better judgment and against the judgment of literally everyone around me,
No.
I let them in again.
Girl.
Patsy.
No.
What? They seriously said they wish you were not on this planet.
And you're
along with
letting
your
them
child.
back in?
They're back. They're back.
I'm questioning your husband's judgment.
Ooh, so am
And
I.
maybe a little bit of your own.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Too. I mean, they did get married in 7 days, but we got to listen and not judge. I'm just saying, though. Patricia and Patsy start to develop a really healthy obsession for me during the end of this pregnancy and then for my baby, coddling me at every corner. Oh, God.
Oh, dude, I think they're going to try and take the baby as well.
Yeah, well, they already said that. They already said we want to try and take your baby.
Guys,
and if you let them back into her life.
we need to... Okay,
Critical thinking.
just real
Facts.
quick, I got something I got to pass by you, Sophia,
Pass.
in chat and comments. What if they're like, okay, we're just going to have the baby, we know they're going to try and like take the baby, but if we let them take the baby, but we're tracking it, like actually monitoring it and have like the cops on standby, can we arrest them, get them thrown in freaking jail?
You want to use the baby as bait?
I'm just saying, or a fake baby.
Fake baby.
A fake baby. We
Yeah. We put
Yeah.
the fake baby in a cradle, and there's
Yeah.
like a cage thing. They go into it, and we just lock it up.
and they're so freaking like old and delusional, they don't even know it's a fake freaking baby. And
Uh-huh.
then
So we
Jail.
cheese trap them.
cheese trap them. Yes.
Mouse trap.
Yes.
Okay.
We absolutely do that. I'm going with it.
All right. You know what? We listen and we don't judge.
They were showering me in praise and affection, once again, just doing the most. And anytime I voiced I was uncomfortable with them, I was met with aggression. And honestly, after everything and being this dang pregnant, I was just over it and wanted to try to enjoy the rest of my first experience, considering it was ruined by them.
No, they're going to keep ruining everything until you get them out of your life.
Well, I go into labor on January 17th around 9 p.m. Now, there's a snowstorm in Alabama. This is literally happening like as we speak. Ooh, cute. All the roads are iced, and my husband had to drive us what's typically 15 minutes to the hospital, almost an hour to get there. He had to go
Ooh.
5 miles per hour the entire time.
Oh, because the ice.
Because the ice and probably
Oh,
traffic, and
dude.
Yeah.
I'm sure
And
there's
then
lots
if
of
it was like 500 miles, that'd take them 100 hours to get through it.
quick
Oh,
maths.
man.
It was awful, but thankfully contractions hadn't really started hitting yet.
Ooh.
I was being induced due to being high risk. I have few medical problems, heart complications being one, and my birthing experience was actually terrifying and pretty rough.
Oh my gosh.
Hope you can't catch a break.
And continuing with that, they
No.
come
No.
to
No.
the hospital.
No.
And Patricia stays in the room. In the
Why?
room.
Just say, I don't want her in here.
Yeah, can we tell that to like the doctors
Yeah,
and then
yes. You can
like,
absolutely say, like, hey, I just
I'm uncomfortable.
only have
Yep.
2 people in here.
yeah,
Let's just
Don't wanna
pop
have
her
her in there.
tires. Can we just not do that?
just
Yeah.
Can we just do that?
Yeah.
stop it. I didn't want her there, but I was too doped up to even argue or fight, and I'm in freaking labor. I'm not about to fight you. So yeah, I gave birth, all is well, and it just spirals from there. I get home, and they're immediately trying to get him to watch and keep. He's not even 4 days old. Calm down. I let them know he wasn't going anywhere until he was at least 2 to 3 months old. They finally get him, and when they do, they bring him back and just start talking about how they made a nursery for him and gave him an entire bedroom over at their house and how they were buying all this stuff, newborn stuff, and I was perturbed. I told my husband he needed to talk to them.
Yes.
That's the move, right?
Yes.
And explain to them they don't need to be spending all kinds of money making a nursery and newborn room for him, considering he won't even be going over there like that. Let's take a quick pause.
I'm pausing.
Sophia,
That's me.
We have a crazy
That's you.
John.
That's you.
We have a crazy setup here.
We do.
We've tried. I don't know how these parents keep getting back in.
They're
What
so
do we-
sneaky.
What do we do?
We cut them off. We go, no contact with these parents. You say to your husband, hey, I need you to back me up because you're my partner and your parents have actively been horrible to me, your daughter, and our future child, our now actually current child. And you need to stand up to them because I'm not going to be around them, and stop trying to let them walk all over you and subsequently walk all over me, and put your foot down.
I like that. I like that a lot.
That's good stuff. That is how we give good advice.
Goofily.
Sometimes goofily.
Wow.
Just a little laugh for you. A little smile for you. Okay. Patricia the whole time is going on and on and on about how she wants a baby and how she wants to adopt, blah, 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 blah. And how he is just so perfect. And I swear to God, the way she talked and referred to him, he wasn't mine. He was hers.
Get her out of there. Get her out of there.
Where's the line where we can like get restraining orders and like police involved and
Well,
stuff?
they probably don't have any proof now. Honestly, she hasn't necessarily done anything.
Yeah.
But you do have enough proof to just get her out of there verbally.
That's true. Just be like,
You
yo,
could just say, hey, I don't want you to be in my life.
trespassing. Yo, you're on my property.
Get off.
Get out of here,
Get
mamas.
out of here.
Get out of here, mamas and llamas.
Love it.
Get out of here. So that made me very uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
Hubby talked with them
Finally.
and they did not like it.
What? Shocking.
They blew up again and started making threats, threatening the kids, threatening me, begging my husband to divorce me, trying to convince him that I don't love him, that I just used him to have babies and then I'm going to leave him. Saying every vile thing that you can say about a person.
What?
They said it.
While she's like giving birth.
She just had this baby.
Well, now she's
Had
she's not in the delivery room anymore.
She's post-delivery.
But yeah,
Postpartum.
she just
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
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 That means after birth. Does it literally mean after birth?
Yeah, dude. Get a dictionary.
Well.
Of the turntables.
Have the turntables.
I knew that. I was just confirming it.
It's just testing.
I was testing you,
Yeah.
brother.
And you failed.
And you actually he passed.
But he failed the friendship test.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's smart. I should have known. Thanks, Sophia. That's a good alley-oop.
Damn.
So, what really put the nail in the hammer is they made a very public Facebook post. A very public Facebook post making accusations that I mistreat our daughter, withholding food, force her to stay in dirty clothes and refuse to let her shower, etc., etc. All was very clearly false, and they ended up taking the post down after a man near every family member, mine included, came down on them.
Good.
Thank
Good.
God.
And I just don't understand how they can see so many obvious signs. Not even signs. Like, these are just like pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just proof. Picture proof.
Also,
Evidence of them being awful.
if I was someone on this social media platform and I want to be extra petty, I know I'm going to be commenting and everyone's going to be behind me. I would screenshot what they said,
Yes.
post it, and then put all the comments there too.
Yes.
So like they can delete it off of their profile, but like it will not be deleted off of
Yes.
theirs.
Absolutely.
That needs to be done.
Okay, actually, question, and we can kind of think about this and I think talk about it as the story goes on. But I feel like there's two options. Option A is we kind of fight back. We fight fire with fire because it's like, hey, they're not going to stop. Like, we need to, post the receipts to get them to finally be shamed into submission. Or do we try to go the, okay, let me just not get mixed in. Let me not fan the flames. Maybe even, I don't know, move or something like that. Like, what path is your gut telling you to go down right now, Sophia?
Ooh, I think we just cut them off.
Yeah.
Because I think that if you go down the route of like,
fire with
fire, you're just your
Get
house
bigger
is gonna
flames.
burn down.
Yeah.
And I think what you need to do is kick them out, lock the door of your metaphorical house.
Yeah.
And grab a hose and start watering down that lawn
Yeah.
via if any CPS people come knocking, just being like, here's the proof. I took all these screenshots.
Yes. To Duchess Cassandra's point in chat, like, who keeps letting them in? Opie says, we cut him off, we cut him off, we cut him off, but they're still here. Like,
that's the thing. It's the husband over and over.
Yes.
Opie has said, oh, well, they convinced him to let, or he told me that we should let them in.
No.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to bring it up.
Ooh,
when you only know someone 7 days, you don't really know them that well.
Yeah. But I don't think the husband's been that.
He hasn't been bad. Like, of a person that you married after 7 days, pretty good.
Yeah.
However, I think he's
not standing
he's
up
not
to them.
your part.
Yeah.
He's not being your partner right now.
Yeah, and
mommy
I think
issues. Well, he has 2 mommies, so double the mommy issues.
dude, he has double mommy issues, and I think also that Opie hasn't really focused on it, which is why it didn't jump out to me immediately. It's absolutely. He should be the one putting a stop to this. And he's like, hey, if you guys don't get out right now, I'm calling the cops.
Yeah.
Like, it is
after
getting to this level.
After they said freaking they wish that she was unalived.
Yeah, the first time.
He should have said, literally never talk to me or my family again.
The first freaking. So back to the story. So after a very clearly false post, they ended up taking the post down after a man and nearly every family member, including mine, came down on them, including my husband's oldest stepdaughter he has from his first marriage. It was really bad, and at that point, I couldn't mentally deal with it anymore. So now it gets even messier. I let my husband convince me one last time, and let us just pray this is truly the last time, to let Clover go see them. Honestly, it's at this point, it's teetering on divorce because you're telling me the people who threatened me, who threatened our baby, is going to let our my stepdaughter, but our daughter go be with them. I do not trust that.
No.
I don't trust that for a second.
Ridiculous.
It's been months, and Clover really wanted to see her grandmother, and I grew up in a separated household, so I knew firsthand what that feeling was like. I caved and let her go. Tell her in an age-appropriate way what her grandmother is. Okay? We drop her off on a Monday. I get a call that Thursday because Patsy and Patricia once again got into a fight, only this time Patsy and Clover got evicted and Patsy had nowhere to go. This is the husband's bio mom, right? I pick up Clover, and as I'm there, Patsy starts talking about how she's going to brew a white lie because Patricia cheated on her with a man.
Oh, boy. She's getting saucy.
She's going to brew this lie. She's going to tell Patricia that man had scabies. Ugh. God, if that's what I think that is, that's disgusting.
Well, it's like a skin condition.
Oh, okay.
But you can I think you get it from like contact with
things.
With things.
Right. Okay. Well.
Yeah. It's like dirt. Like if it's a place is really dirty, I think you can get it. I'm not 100%.
We're not 100%, but that's as far as we know. Please educate us in the comments.
Yeah.
Please,
skin mites, says Jellyba.
Skin mites. Aha. Okay. And because he was in the house, Clover got it, and Clover started to break out with a rash on her legs.
Wait. Is she saying that is the white lie, or is that what happened to Clover?
So running it back, I pick up Clover, and I'm there. Patsy starts talking about how she's going to brew a white lie.
Okay, so Clover did not get the scabies.
Okay.
Is that what it's? I don't know. I'm asking.
No, I think so.
Oh, she did?
So I'm going to start brew a white lie because Patricia cheated on her with a man. So I think Patricia did cheat.
Yeah.
But she's going to make up a white lie.
About scabies.
About something.
Okay.
About something. She's going to, here we go. She's going to tell Patricia that man had scabies, and because he was in our house, Clover got it, and Clover started to break out with a rash on her leg. So that was the white lie. That he had scabies and Clover had got it as well. I told Patsy don't do that because she has a doctor's appointment tomorrow anyways that y'all was going to take her to. But since I'm doing it, I'll have the doctor test her and we'll find out. So she said that was a white lie, but I am now suspecting
it is not a white lie.
It might not have been so white. It might have been clear as day. Facts. Baby, did we find out. Tell me why my 10-year-old daughter had to get her legs scraped and tested positive for scabies. Turns out Patricia did in fact have a man over with a child there, might I remind you, and they slept together.
I'm so angry. I'm so angry. How are you? Like, you're so stupid. You're so stupid. These people have shown you who they are so many times, and you keep letting them have access to a child.
But also, I'm the most maddest, honestly, at husband because
I'm mad at him. Yes.
this is the this is your bio daughter, and you know your mom the longest. Like, at least we can say, like, okay, well,
yeah,
OP's only known her for 2 weeks or whatever it is, you know.
It's been at least 9 months.
Husband has known her his entire life. Okay.
Like, how I cannot imagine ever letting them around any of my children after they said that they wanted me to be unalived and along with them.
The first time it should have been
when
done.
People tell you who they are, believe them.
You gotta listen and please judge, because you need to judge for your safety.
If you're gonna be a parent, you have to watch out for your children.
That is literally something you need to do. And that is the father of OP's baby.
And also, if you wanted your kid to like have access to their grandparents, because you know we heard Clover wanted to see her grandma.
Clover did say that.
If you want to do that, you don't let them just watch her alone. You stay with her. You stay with her. You guys go on an outing. Or I don't know. You get brunch so she can see her grandma, and you're watching.
This is really bad.
This is so bad.
Now, if y'all know how scabies work, you know it's not an STI. It's just a mite you get from pure filth, not being sanitary or hygienic. With him even being in that house, sitting on the couches, chairs, whatever, that stuff spreads. We confront them, and then immediately Patsy starts trying to say how she was lying about Patricia just to get Patricia mad. Patricia said there was a man over, and she did sleep with him, but he didn't have scabies. That scabies is a spicy disease, and it had to have come from us, i.e., my husband and I. We have to, child endangerment, CPS. I feel like now we've had threats. We could probably, those people who are mad at them on Facebook, get them as testify, run it. We need to get them in jail immediately. Immediately. That pisses us off to no end. We explained that it was impossible considering, 1, it is not a spicy disease, and 2, neither of us nor the baby has it, so please be for real. After that, we cut all contact. I pray.
You better freaking mean it.
Please,
you better freaking mean it.
Like, I do feel for OP, but again, there reaches a point where it's like, OP, even if your husband, who sucks, like, he shouldn't be letting him do this or trying to convince you or anything. We know that's true, but you did have the opportunity to say no, right? You did have the opportunity to have the buck stop at you. And it has happened multiple times. And like you said, it could have been okay where it's like, hey, I want to see grandma. You don't want to, like, you know, that's kind of like it's a weird thing to explain to the kid. So let's go to brunch. Hey, every weekend she really wants to see them. You're like, maybe this
solution.
I don't want to cause any mental whatever to the daughter. Every weekend or however frequent, go get a brunch, go get a dinner. Simple. Where you can watch and make sure things are
not this.
After that, we cut all contact. I had cut all contact and have them blocked on everything. Hubby still has Patsy's number unblocked though. Block it. Tell him to block it.
Please.
Here we are. My son is 8 months old, and I'm 19 weeks pregnant with our second child.
Y'all quick with it.
They are truly not slow about anything. Clover is now 11, and I have still maintained no contact with Patricia and Patsy. Well, more threats started coming in. And then Patsy decided to take it a step further to tell us they got a lawyer and they would be taking us to court for custody of their kids. And that her and Patricia would be getting married because as is, it doesn't matter how long Patsy and Patricia have been together, they're not married and she has no standing grounds. If they get married though, according to their lawyer, and I put that in quotes because it's written in quotes, Patricia will have more of a claim. To take it even further, Patsy decided to transfer her job from Walmart and work at the one in our hometown, which is almost 2 hours away from their home. Her reason? She wanted to be closer as she didn't know where we lived. Truthfully, she didn't know where we lived and was trying to find out so she could serve us. Oh my God, dude. How are you driving? Why are you getting yourself a unnecessary 2-hour commute to Walmart to work?
Yeah.
Patsy! Oh, I want to, listen, this granny deserves hands.
Pow pow.
A pow. Anyways, I've had at this point, and with postpartum depression on top of being pregnant, oh man, if you have postpartum depression and then you get pregnant again,
Dang.
Sophia, I didn't even consider because you're pregnant so fast. And dealing with all this, I had somewhat of a mental breakdown. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Cue the previous wife's family. We love them.
Oh.
Anyways.
Okay, cool.
I came up to Tennessee to be with them and just get my mental in check because there was so much going on and I was just spiraling. It wasn't good for me, my kids, or my health. Good move. Take care of yourself first. Now, the prior wife, we'll call her Kathy. Her family absolutely loves me. They love how I stepped into the mama mantle and is just raising Clover as my own. They despise Patsy. Thank God.
I wonder why. She's such a lovely woman.
What a gem. I came, I healed, I went back down to Alabama, and then my husband and I decided to move to Tennessee to not only be around this family, but to also let Clover be around her immediate family. Clover missed them, and like I always tell her, I'll do everything in my power to make sure she has those good memories of her mama and that she never forgets her, as well as making sure she has that good, healthy relationship with the ones living, which she does. All of that is good.
Yeah.
We've been here for 3 weeks now, and this week is Kathy's passing away anniversary week. It's been a tough week for my husband as she's only been gone a few years. Tell me why Patsy and Patricia are blowing up his phone, talking about how disrespectful it is for me to be around Kathy's family and how he's a sorry excuse for a man for having me here and how he needs to just divorce me, leave our son and our unborn child and Clover and himself come live with them rent-free in their Walmart house where they can give him the care, comfort, and support that I'll never be able to give him because when I leave him, they'll be the only ones there to support him. They won't let this man grieve, dude. Honestly, I'm just so lost. By the way, you know where it's easy to get lost? You know it's easy to get lost, Sophia? In the sea of content where we have, guys, full-length episodes of stories just like these. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's wherever you listen. Just type in OK Storytime.
And you've got access.
It'll pop right up. You'll get lost in a sea of episodes. A lot of good ones. People have literally binged our like 5,000, 10,000 hour catalog.
Yeah.
It's true.
I don't know how they do it, but
on
they
road
did.
trips. It's great.
Dang.
But, Sophia.
Yeah.
We have been through the absolute.
The ringer.
Wow.
Yeah.
How are we feeling?
A lot. It seems like they finally cut her off, but she's still there. Yeah. She is like a bad disease that you can't get rid of.
Mm-hmm. Without scraping her legs.
She's the scabies of humans.
She's the scabies of humans.
Scabies,
yeah. Man, oh man. But it's like I want this husband to block his mom. But
yes.
Also, of course, there is complicated feelings about that. But still, I think that he needs to.
If he doesn't, because we say often go low contact, which is basically unless there's a severe medical emergency or something, you basically don't respond. If he has, the problem is he keeps responding.
Yeah, it seems like he keeps responding. Yeah.
So I think he needs to block her because he's lost his privileges.
Yeah.
He's lost his. He lets her convince him
every time. How long will it be before he's like, oh, well, we should just give her another chance? He's done it every time. And this might be controversial. People might hate me. People might flame me. People might say, hey, you suck, John. Well, you're the worst show host ever. Get out of my face. I never want to listen to you again. But I'm going to say it anyways. Say it anyway.
I think we should sit down Clover and tell her in an age-appropriate manner who Grandma, Patsy, and Patricia really freaking are.
Yeah,
I think we
say,
need to explain that.
I think you could say like, hey, I know you're gonna miss Grandma Patsy. Where we can't have her, we can't have her around anymore because she's being pretty mean to us.
Yeah.
And maybe someday she'll apologize. And this isn't about you. You haven't done anything wrong, and we love you. But she can't come around anymore.
I'm curious to the parents of Clover is now 11 or 12.
11.
I would honestly be tempted to obviously not go into the full graphic details, but to kind of really let her in on what, like, she's threatened us.
Mm-hmm.
She's threatened the baby. She's, I think, threatened you, or you know what?
Well, she has seen them. I mean, you can even bring up what she did to Clover, because Clover was there for that, obviously.
Yeah,
you can be like, hey, and I didn't like how she treated you.
Yeah, there's like,
and she's been treating us pretty poorly.
That was the tip of the iceberg, and they basically do this kind of thing all the time.
Yeah,
and like, we want to basically avoid you because the more closer you are to them, the more things like that could happen.
Agreed. I agree. I don't flame you.
Well. Okay. Stephanie says in chat, agree there. She's old enough to understand an age-appropriate conversation. Cool. Thank you, Stephanie. Appreciate that. Jem says 12-year-olds know what's up. That's what I was kind of wondering. Anyways, so I have no idea what to do. Should we just move forward with pressing charges? Should I take this up legally? I'm so lost and I've never experienced anything like this before. I could understand if maybe I was doing things and being ugly to them, but I'm not. I've walked on eggshells and bent over backwards to try and accommodate them and make things work, but nothing I do is ever good enough or will ever be good enough. Am I the a-hole? Should I just put it aside and get over it? Advice, please. I am at my wit's end. Thank you, and sorry for such a long post. I think to just quickly wrap up and put a bow on this, all of those things, like possibly even move farther away. I don't know. Make sure you stay hit, or just like, be in an address where they don't know you are. Do all the legal action you can to get them out of your life. And I think there's like a balance of like going no contact, but letting them know you're not effing around. Like, you call us, we're immediately going to get the cops called and arrest you. We're going to get all the restraining orders. We're going to press all of the charges. We are on go. Clover doesn't want to be with you guys anymore. These babies are ours, not yours. You are insane.
Restraining order.
Period.
Yeah.
Restraining order.
Which maybe you already said. But I agree with all of what you said.
Thank you, Sophia.
You're welcome.
I love stories, so could you read the next one?
Yeah, you have to give me the phone.
And good thing Sophia is the fastest reader this side of...
Fastest reader in the West. I'm doing flips with my guns.
A little too fast.
Everyone said they liked my reading style in the chat, so beg to differ.
Oh my God.
I feel like John's like the perfect. I'm a little slower than John, and you're like way faster.
That's crazy.
Thanks, Riley.
That's freaking crazy.
Well,
Sophia reads very well.
She reads very well.
Like her style. Obviously her like comprehension and everything, but like I mean her the swag.
The comprehension's another
the
story.
reading swag, you know what I mean?
I appreciate that, John. My mother-in-law ruined our trip because she always throws a tantrum when she can't get her way.
I want Starbies! I want it now!
I am giving vague locations to avoid possible family members reading this. Not again with the niche background. No, I want the... Okay.
Just tell the story, OP.
To give info, my mother-in-law, my husband, and I traveled to a Southwest state to visit my brother-in-law. We're staying in a small apartment to save money. My mother-in-law, from the planning stages of this trip, has been trying to dictate everything. When we get up, when we eat, and what we do. By the way, this comes from Goaty Jr. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, where we're going is a very food popular place, and going out to eat is considered one of the highlights of traveling here. But she wanted to eat at home 2 out of the possible 3 meals per day. But when we arrived, she made it clear she only wanted to go out to eat once during the trip. Not even to an expensive place, but a place where one full meal is $14. So she wants to go grocery shopping at a cheap place like Walmart. No, Costco for a 4-day trip. That's actually the craziest place to pick up groceries for a 4-day trip. We finally convinced her to go to Walmart. As we get there, she starts loading up the cart with food items she wants, and they're all organic, high-priced, healthy food items.
The worst.
Unbelievable. She demands that we have eggs in the morning and salads during the evening. Is she gonna foot the bill? Nope. She wanted to split the bill with us. Literally, none of the food in the cart was for the rest of us, but she wanted us to split the bill with her. Every time we made a plan to do something, she would interject and say, I want to do XYZ first. Let me tell you, after hearing a full-grown boomer say, I wanna, in a whiny voice, you're just about to pull your hair out. The second day, she wanted to work out with the son she was visiting. He didn't want to because he wanted to work out alone. I can't imagine anyone wants to hang out willingly with the mother-in-law.
That is true. Yeah.
So she decided she was going to take a 3-hour walk in the 105 degree Fahrenheit weather with only 20 ounces of water and no sunscreen.
Is it humid?
Girl.
If it's humid, you're effed.
You're toast. I mean, you're toast regardless. I'm toast. Maybe this is just me. So after 1 hour, we had to go on a search and rescue for her because she most definitely was going to suffer from a bad sunburn / dehydration. Not only did she literally walk off to throw a hissy fit, but she delayed the actual plans my brother-in-law made for the day. Our third day hasn't happened yet, but my brother-in-law wanted to make me feel included and asked what I would like to do since the day was wide open. I suggested a fun tourist attraction, and both him and my husband were eager to do it. But before we could start figuring out the timing of it, my mother-in-law spoke up and said she wanted to go take photos first and get a workout and cook and go swimming and get coffee. But she finished off first her list of demands with, but whatever you guys want to do. No, ma'am, apparently it's not whatever we want to do because you get pissy when things aren't going your way. You know, she's just going to throw a tantrum if she doesn't get to go on her, what did she say? Workout, cook, swim, coffee run.
Bro, hot take. She just needs to get laid. That's really what this woman needs.
At the end of this day, that's all she needs.
But, dude, I mean, am I calm her down? Chat will agree with me.
Okay.
Chat will agree with me.
I will never travel with her again, nor will I ever spend more than 3 hours with her. Visiting my brother-in-law was supposed to be fun and relaxing, but she's treating this vacation like a to-do list and making sure all her boxes are ticked off first before anyone else. I want to go home. That sucks. Yeah, she's totally ruining your relationship. I mean, not your relationship, your vacation. But there is an edit.
Oh, gosh.
Thanks for all your encouragement, guys. Today is day 3. You have one more day after this. So I'll finally be saying something to my mother-in-law when she starts up her antics again. Ooh, Ezekiel says, or a Snickers bar. Because she's not her when she's hungry. I will probably make an update post with the rage that will ensue. And comments.
Oh, gosh.
Comment 1 says, it's a shame because the brother-in-law at least seems to want to spend time with you all and wants to include you, which is awesome. At some point, I just leave and tell mother-in-law if she wants to do at-home activities all day, she's more than welcome to. You're going to enjoy the vacation and actually explore the city a bit. You would have to deal with the tantrum afterward, but at least you would enjoy one day of the vacation. Comment 2 says, info, I know she'll be upset, but besides that, why can't you guys just go without her? Let her do what she wants and you do what you want. Let her throw her toddler tantrum.
Yeah.
Opie says, because my brother-in-law is our only ride and she stupidly decided to only bring cash, so Uber and Lyft are out of the question.
Interesting.
Dang.
Interesting.
I would love to call her out on her selfishness, but my brother-in-law and husband are non-confrontational people. I even had a fight with my husband during the flight about how I was worried that she was going to control everything, not ask anyone's opinions on what they want to do, and play the victim. But he kept disagreeing and said that he wanted to have a good time and to not ruin things for him. Update. There is an update, but John just got back. But basically, OP is on this little 4-day trip with the fam. And her mother-in-law sucks. Her mother-in-law is always throwing tantrums, is like, we need to go on a swim. We need to go on a walk. We're going to do what I want to do. And no one else wants to do that. And she keeps throwing these tantrums. And OP's just sick and tired of it.
Yep.
And they're on day 3.
Yep. And I said she just needs to get laid.
Yeah. And OP,
down.
yeah. And
that's true.
That's what Riley said.
Thank you.
Some D for the MIL.
Update. Day 3 has officially ended. And it was a doozy for my mother-in-law. For more info that got buried in comments on the original post, my husband specifically asked me not to say anything to my mother-in-law prior to this trip because he's a non-confrontational person.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I also can imagine growing up with this mother-in-law would not be fun.
No.
You would not want to
I don't want to confront
rile up the
that.
bulls.
I can't even lie.
His main focus was just having a good time with his brother and not wanting to fight with his mom. During the night of day 2, my sister-in-law, brother-in-law's wife, called my mother-in-law and complained about her controlling behavior. She told my mother-in-law that she was ruining his vacation by constantly trying to get him to do everything she wanted to do.
Go off, sis.
Fast forward to day 3, my mother-in-law had wanted to go on a 3-mile run with my brother-in-law. However, after the call she had with my sister-in-law, mother-in-law decided to go on a 4-hour walk on her own. And I believe this is in the 115-degree weather, or 105-degree weather that she was talking about.
That is freezing.
My brother-in-law had just about enough of her being dramatic and told her that we were going out for breakfast and she's welcome to join, but we aren't going with her. Without skipping a beat, she just said, okay, and tried to leave. Before she left, my husband told her she needed to put on sunscreen, wear a hat, turn on her location on her phone, and stay on the paved walking trails. In good boomer fashion, she started resisting, saying, she doesn't need that crap. We told her she did. She just kept saying, I don't need you guys to parent me.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I love how he's being the mom to her.
Yeah, she's like
wear your sunscreen.
Bring your water. Wear your sunscreen.
Turn
She's
your
like,
location.
no, I don't want to. Thankfully, we're all on the same wavelength and told her that she did need us to parent her and that she was being silly for no reason. Cue her saying, F you! See you at 4 p.m.
Bye.
We went out to breakfast, went shopping, and hung out peacefully at home. It was so fun. Around 3 p.m., we again needed to rescue her because it was another 105-degree Fahrenheit day, and she only brought another 20 ounce of water.
Honestly,
She's done this twice now. This is the second time she's done this.
The question is, when do we let her learn her lesson? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, did we not say that's like probably not a good idea? And like, at least if you're gonna do it, bring all this stuff, and they're like, screw it, I don't need you. Go ahead and figure your own.
I'm sorry.
Your own
If
way.
she does it, honestly, by the second time, I'm just going big on the I told you so's. Going like she's getting a hardcore 20-minute I told you so parenting lecture.
Yep.
We brought her back, told her to get freshened up because we were heading downtown to go shopping, eating, and sightseeing. She initially said she didn't want to go, but reluctantly said fine. This is where crap hit the fan and she fully pulls out the boomer selfishness. As all 4 of us are walking, she is consistently walking 4 paces behind us, her arms crossed and eyes locked to the ground. We tried asking her where she wanted to go and if she wanted anything to eat, but she kept pouting and saying no. Is this a 4-year-old?
Truly. What are you doing, woman?
We went to a tourist attraction and asked her to participate in the activities included in the place. And again, all we got was a nope. It wasn't until she was almost groped by a wasted homeless man that we finally snapped at her. We asked what her problem was and why she was acting this way.
What? That was the thing that. What?
Okay, I don't know if that. Okay.
Was that connected? I don't know.
We asked what her problem was and why she was acting this way. She told us she felt left out and that she thinks she should have just stayed back since no one wanted her there.
Yeah. Go away.
We told her that we did want her there and tried all night to include her in activities, but she wanted to be upset instead. I spoke up and told her that if she wanted to be upset, that's okay, but she can't look like a victim or someone might try to hurt her. She only responded, oh, F you, OP, and tried to walk away again. My husband told me not to say anything, and I agreed because honestly, I don't know how the heck to respond to an adult throwing a temper tantrum. We all agreed that she can stay upset for all we care because she has literally no reason to be. We told her we've done everything she wanted this trip except for going exercising with her and eating at home for all our meals. We told her that she is wanted and we're trying to include her. If she wanted to be upset, that's her problem, but she needs to stop being stupid and stick with the group. By the way, you should stick with us and listen to full episodes with stories just like this on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. Just search up OK Storytime.
Check it out.
That was a great transition.
That really was.
There's a little bit left.
Okay.
We're just going to jump right now.
Let's go.
Yeah, jump.
Finally, after 5 hours and one last tourist attraction, she turned around and started having fun.
Oh.
She just needed a little temper tantrum.
That
You
kind
have
of
a little
fun, like
meltdown.
normal fun. I thought the homeless guy was back.
She's like, you've been following me long enough.
What's up, Shawty? What you doing?
She did eventually let out a small sorry, but the damage was done. This woman is a nightmare to vacation with, and I have seen her true colors this trip. I will be removing myself from most visits with her. I've always had a gut feeling that she isn't as nice as she tries to make people believe, so it's very reassuring to finally have that peace of mind. And that's it. And that's the end of that story. Your mother-in-law's a nightmare.
She sucks.
She sucks. Don't go on another trip with her.
Get her out.
That's my recommendation. But that is the end of that episode.
Oh.
So, if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you. And
see you tomorrow.